Let's talk about betrayal and how to emotionally process it. Number one, let yourself feel it. What we are willing to feel fully, we can heal fully. So notice the depth of it. Where do you feel it in your body? And hold compassionate, gentle, patient space for whatever you're feeling and be in it. But two, do not play a victim to your own life. We play the victim when we hold on to and stay stuck in the story of he said this, she did this, now I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm righteous, I'm resentful, and I'm gonna stay this way because they're wrong and I'm right and I'm the one who was hurt. That is the victim story. Yes, their actions have caused pain, but if we dig deeper, we can free ourselves from the victim hamster wheel and once again be in command and control, sovereignty of our own serenity. How do we let go of the victim story? Be real about the role you played in the relationship. Were you people pleasing? Were you manipulating? Were you defining the relationship as something that it actually wasn't, or making that person out to be somebody that deep down you knew they're not? Be real. People pleasing comes from a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment, fear of being alone, fear of not being good enough. And so we usually bend over backwards, go way too far, compromise our own boundaries and our own comfort, our own safety sometimes, just to make somebody else happy so that when they're happy, we feel safe. This is obviously a trauma response, but be real with yourself. Be honest, be kind with yourself. Were you coming from a place of people pleasing? Because that almost 100% of the time comes back to bite us. So when we bend over backwards and we compromise our own well-being, we start to develop resentment. And then the second that person turns around and does something that harms us or doesn't honor us, we go into our righteous, resentful state, even though we are the one who set up that pattern through initiating people pleasing. So be real. Also be real about the way that you perceived this person. Were you putting them on a pedestal? Were you making the relationship something that it wasn't? Were you making this some sort of reciprocal, nourishing, even friendship, even though deep down you knew that this person didn't actually see it the same way or know how to give what you were giving? Be real. Because when we are seeking love, validation, acknowledgement, respect, kindness, compassion from somebody who does not know how to give it back, I like the way Dr. Kelly Brogan describes this as trying to buy eggs at the hardware store. You can't find eggs at the hardware store. You are going to drive yourself insane, get caught in this loop of anger and resentment and frustration, but you're looking for something in the wrong place. So if you were trying to receive something, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, why don't you understand my side of the story? How do you not see that I gave you everything and you just dropped me the second I needed you? How can you not understand? Well, they don't understand because you're trying to buy eggs at the hardware store. You're trying to get something from somebody who does not know how or is not willing to give it back to you. And again, that is on us to be wise and to decide and decipher where we are sourcing nourishing, loving, kind, safe relationships. So this is all under the umbrella of be real. And if you were mistaken about somebody, it's okay. It's okay. This brings us to the third point, which is somebody else's behavior is not personal. It's never, ever, ever, ever 0% personal. When people do things that harm us, it's not personal. It is a reflection of their current state of consciousness, of their current emotional intelligence level, their current ability to resolve conflict, their current ability to communicate or lack thereof. But it is not personal to your character, to your value, to your worth, to the fact that you deserve to be loved and honored, cherished, embraced, and respected. Many people don't know how to do those things, and sometimes when things get really rough, They have their own trauma responses just as we do. Some people shut down, some people attack, some people defend, some people go silent. It's their current state of consciousness and emotional intelligence, but it's not personal. So to hold on to the victim story of what they did is so personal is only to keep yourself in a state of pain. To really understand that what they did was their own current level, the best that they could do at that time, which might be horrendous and disgusting and oh my God. But do we not all have that in us somewhere? Do we also not break and make mistakes and do things ungracefully and unelegantly? We are all human. This doesn't mean that you need to maintain the relationship. So once we are real about our own perception, once we stop trying to source love and respect from somebody who doesn't know how to, once we stop taking it personally and stop getting stuck in the victim story, from there, we get to decide, am I going to have a conflict resolution conversation and try to restore and heal and build a bridge? Is it worth it here? It might be. Or do I need to set a boundary? Do we need to spend less time together? Am I going to invest less energy in this? We can still have contact some way in some form, but not the same as it was before. Or do you need to just step out of it and just not be in that interaction, that engagement, that relationship anymore? So after feeling everything, letting yourself feel it, say, I see you, I feel you, I honor you, because betrayal hurts. Feel it and allow yourself to be there. We're human. And then noticing where you are playing the victim to your own life and stop it. It only keeps us imprisoned. It only causes us more pain, and it puts us on the hamster wheel of victimhood, which is a hopeless, very uncomfortable place to be. So step off the wheel. Do not play a victim to your own life. You have command here. You are in sovereign authority of how you feel and how you choose to show up and respond to the world. And then thirdly, discern, decipher, decide. How do you want to move forward? What is the safest, most nourishing way for you to move forward with this person? Conflict resolution, boundaries, walk away. And from there, just remember the last thing, that healing, letting go, grief, these things are circular and cyclical. They are not linear. What we let go of today, we might need to let go of in 10 days. What we feel resolved in right now might bubble up to the surface 2.5 years from now. And we'll just go through this again in a gentler way. I feel you, I honor you. I'm releasing my victim story, moving forward. So just be patient with yourself, be kind, and just remember there's no reason ever to lash out in anger or attack, because that hurts you as well as the other. Don't play a victim to your life. You have command, you have sovereign authority over your own peace, and you have the ability to save yourself, to uplift and empower yourself into a state of being okay, a state of well-being, a state of joy, a state of unwavering peace and serenity. I hope this helps. Have an amazing day.